We're going to buy our gab. Buy our gab.
All right, I'm officially ready now because that made me laugh. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start it up, and off we go. It's recording on both ends. Chat room, you guys, you're ready. Whatever. I'm not going to wait a minute to find out that you are. You're ready. I know you are. I know you're ready. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it begins in 3, 2, 1. Coming up on TMS, a shout out to some of you lefties out there.
The dictionary has some super dumb new words in it now.
Buddhist monks are pissing everyone off.
Gene Simmons has something to say to immigrants.
Oh, man. Jason Momoa is going to get all wet.
Courtney Stodden is back with her old man.
Therapy Thursday.
Your emails and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. Closer. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Only Arid has a patent on this formula that fights wetness. No leading deodorant spray stops odor better. And now Arid has a new baby fresh scent. It smells,
Get a little closer with the baby fresh scent of Arid Extra Dry.
Arid fights wetness and odor, now in a new baby fresh scent.
I like it.
Do dogs have brains? Because I seriously wanted to know. This is the Morning Stream.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Morning Stream. Hello, hello. Hi, Brian.
Oh, hi.
You know what? I wanted to say something about your freshly shorn head. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's what I want to say about it.
I like it.
I like it. I think it looks pretty good.
Thanks. Well, today actually it isn't freshly shorn.
Isn't that usually, it's more of a scrotum reference anyway, isn't it? Shorn, when people say that. It's not usually hair.
No, I think that applies to anything that gets shaved.
Okay. I always assume.
It's usually a scrotum thing.
I always assume that's a scrotum thing. Because
Really?
people always say, yeah, I've got a freshly shorn scrotum or something. Well,
People usually say that to you?
It's not that it's very common. I don't hear it every day or anything. But when
How
they do.
How often would you say you hear it?
Well, every time I've heard the word shorn, that's the context, I think. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody say, yeah, I had my hair shorn. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't come up as often.
Sure.
I swear it's
anything you use shears to cut.
Oh.
Right? So, like, it's the past tense of shear.
Sheep.
Shear.
So sheep shearing. If a
Yes.
sheep is being sheared, it will one
Yes.
minute be shorn.
That's exactly right. That sheep has been shorn.
We must shear the sheep. We are now shearing the sheep. We have shorn the sheep.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Or the
that's
sheep
exactly
has
right.
been shorn. You know,
Yes.
either way it works.
I've never heard it applied to scrotum. But hey.
All right. I thought it was a scrotum reference. What do I know? Brian,
Well,
wow.
Then thank you for using that context on my bald head. Thank you for
Such a great way to start the show, too, isn't it? We are grateful to you, dear listener, for supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/TMS. And as a result of your patronage there, we have a fifth show that we do each week, and that happens tonight at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So be here for that. And again, grateful that you're out there doing that, because that's how that's possible, among many other things. And I recommend you go check out what some of the support levels are and things that might interest you. Get a whole lot of entertainment for very little donation.
It's because of that I'm now able to focus more on doing TMS and doing, preparing and doing other shows and preparing for kind of bonus extra stuff that we have in the works for that, and not my sheep shearing job.
That's right. Yeah, your scrotum shoring job.
Yes, exactly.
He's a scrot shorer, is his official title. Yeah, no, all that stuff is true, and we want to be able to keep doing that. And it's interesting because Patreon was kind of an experiment to see how that would work, and it's worked out pretty well for a lot of people. And I think so. I have this pre-existing kind of support PayPal thing that I do on the Frog Pants site. It's more like for just everything in general, artwork, and other shows and things like that. I think I'm going to move that over to Patreon too, just as its own thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'll let people know, but it's more or less just like upgrading the service and less This isn't like a big new thing for me. It'll be like, this is better for people. So anyway, watch for that.
No, that makes sense. I mean, Patreon does seem like the way to go over kind of the kookiness that sometimes gets involved with PayPal.
Yeah, it's just a standard ass thing that works and has all the tools built in for you to do it, and it's easier for us to communicate new things and cool stuff, and it's just a big breathing thing instead of a static page somewhere hidden on the website.
Right.
So more on that as we get to it, and but again, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. Brian, are you a left-hander?
Yes. Oh, yeah, I am, as a matter of fact.
Good. That's what I remembered. So I wanted to make sure that was true before I laid this on you.
As is Tina, but not Tristan.
Oh, weird. He came out righty, huh?
Came out righty.
Weird. I mean, did he literally pop out with his right hand?
He just rebels against everything.
I see.
That we do.
I do like that he came mid-show to play PlayStation yesterday while you.
Well, it's him and his friends. Like they just hop downstairs and turn on the PlayStation, and it's like, you guys are not really doing that right now.
It's like you're not even in there, Dad. It's like you're not even there. Well, I want to have some fun with your left-handedness. All right.
Let's have some fun with my left hand.
Let's do it. Now, you're not. It doesn't make you weird. I want to make that really clear here. You're not weird, or you're not a outcast. You're just a left-hander.
Oh,
you're more rare. Thanks. You're more rare than the right-handers.
I didn't think I was until just now.
Yeah. So left. Yeah. No. Now I put it in your head.
I didn't think I was weird until just a few seconds ago.
Left-handed percentage. I want to see real quick. This is something I meant to look up yesterday and forgot. But let's see. Left-handedness. I'm just trying to find the percentage of people, if that's even possible, if they've ever even done this. Theories, division of labor, expensive. Yeah, I can't find anything that says how many people are left-handed in the world. But anyway, it is more common among men than women, so you're good there.
Okay.
But as a overall population, you are a minority. All right.
Right. It's like 10% or something, right? Or less.
Exactly. Yeah. Something like that. They don't say here, but I think that's what I've always been told.
Right. Yeah.
We only use 10% of our left-handers. Is the general misunderstanding. Brian, I'm going to tell you some things that only left-handed people need to worry about. Now, you tell me if these are true. Okay.
Okay.
Classrooms are full of desks with that thing that you sit, like the little built-in table, short little table you put your books on. That's always on the wrong side, right? That's always on the other side. What do you do when you have to deal with that?
See, that never seemed to be a problem, because it's not like you're writing, you're pulling books out of a cubby hole, basically. Which never seemed like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. How about this one?
Okay.
Can openers, are they reversed for you? When you use a can opener, do you go, ugh?
No, can openers, they don't bother me. I hold with them fine, bub.
So you have some ambidextry
going on. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like an ice cream scoop. They always have that little crank on the right side.
Right, and you just learn how to use it. I mean, it's funny, the photo that they show of the guy opening the can opener with his hand backwards so that he can turn the crank with his left hand. That's, holding a crank and turning things with either hand is not really like a left-handed, right-handed thing.
Yeah, I feel like when I do, I'm trying to think with my hands here. Yeah, there are plenty of things I do with my left hand. Like, I'm more inclined to open a thing of pickles with my left hand, the twisty part with my left hand, and holding it with my right, than I am the other way around.
Oh, how funny. I think I would hold the jar with my left hand and take the lid off with my right hand.
Yeah, see that for me? Let me grab some. Yeah, for me, the totally natural thing is to hold the vice is my right hand, my strong hand, and my left hand, which is slightly weaker, is the one I use to twist off the top.
By the way, our buddy Iceworm, our homie Iceworm, is left-handed as well.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
He has two left hands, is what you're telling me. Got it.
That's right.
He's a freak of nature.
Now, I will agree with number 6 in the BuzzFeed list.
The spiral notebook.
Yes.
Because you got that big bulbous thing on the wrong side. It's not like you can flip it upside down.
Right.
What are you, Japanese?
Forget it. Those metal rings. Yeah, and, lefties kind of suffer their entire life with having graphite hand, where basically as you're writing with a pencil, because your hand is resting on the paper and moving that way, it's always going to be moving over, swiping across everything you just wrote.
Right.
So wet ink, pencil, graphite, everything like that is going to come off in your hand, and you kind of live with having this part of your hand be black.
Got it.
Not supposed to be black.
And they're they're showing that on the crosswords of the same thing. So
is it okay?
Do you do this? Yeah, do you do this with? So when you, as a pen holder, I am a very traditional pen holder. Index finger kind of mushed out, protruding out of my hand. Some people make like a fist, right? And then lefties I've known will not only make that fist, but they will curve that fist like up and around the paper. So when they're writing, they kind of create a loop so that their left hand isn't touching the 3-ring binder or the spiral binding. Do you do that? Do you curl up into a claw above where you're writing?
So here I'm holding up to the camera. I apologize for the podcast listeners, you can't see this, but this is how I is how I hold a pen.
You're middle finger man there.
I control the pen with my index and middle fingers.
See, this is
and
me.
And then Neptune and Pluto sit over here on the end, kind of just guiding it.
Somebody take that part of the video after it's posted, and you can make a little animated GIF out of what we just did.
Yes.
These big hands with pens in them. Right. They say here, 3-ringed binder, more like 3-ringed hell beast. So that's trouble. Let's see.
I like the person and whoever wrote that in the thing says American. That R is awfully screwed up.
Tell me that you haven't heard some of these things from people when they notice you're left-handed. Ready?
Yeah.
I have insert random relative who is left-handed also.
Sure.
Left-handers are so creative. That was always a big one. In fact, I used to get the reverse of that. How are you so creative and you're right-handed? I got that all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, all through high school. You're so creative. I thought I thought that you had to be left-handed to be creative. Like, what are you talking about? How can you write like that? That's another good one. Or finally, are you left-handed?
Right. They'll look at you while you're writing with your left hand and say, "Are you left-handed?" That one is super common. So Tina's dad was also born left-handed, and back then in the school system, they wanted you to. Oh no, I take that back. No, it was. Oh no, I have it right. Because it does extend on into Tina. So when Tina's dad was growing up in the school system, basically they would whack him with a ruler.
Yeah.
If they saw him starting to write with his left hand.
Oh my gosh, they were trying to train him out of it.
They're trying to train him out of it, and apparently it worked, and much to his dismay. So when Tina started school and started showing signs of being left-handed, her dad went to the school and said. Got up in the teacher's face and was like, "Now you're not going to try and change my daughter to being right-handed, are you?" And they're like, "No, we haven't done that in like 20 years."
Well, I mean, it stays with you, man. That's a harsh deal. That's grim. I can't believe people used to do that.
Oh yeah.
That's a generational deal, I would say. Like it's like anything. What's it like? It's like well, it's like anything, anything where you are not the same as the majority. Sure, you're just gonna get screwed.
You are, yeah, absolutely.
Which sucks. Right. All right, how about this? Upside down mugs that won't let you be the person you want to be. They're basically saying because you have to drink from the left. So when you grab a cup of coffee, are you left-handing that coffee? Is that how you do it?
No, I right-hand it.
Really?
My coaster, my Portal 2 coaster.
Then I will call you. I'm gonna listen. You know who you are, dude. You're ambidextrous a little bit, clearly, because you're using some things in some ways and others in others, and that
I think it's
good.
Just a matter. Yeah, I think it's just a matter that I've conformed, that I've adapted to those things in the world that don't, that are basically kind of an either way kind of thing.
Yeah.
Writing, I'll still do left-handed. I hold a fork with my left hand. Well. Yeah. You've seen me eat. I put forks in both hands so that I can shovel the food in faster.
Yeah, you fist them, both of them. You don't even hold them delicately. It's just two big fists.
Even if I use a fork.
If
I use utensils.
And people, I'm talking like fists like this. Like the fork is aiming down, but his fists are forward like this, and he just eats like that, just like that.
That's right.
It's intense. Well, okay. Final question for you.
The baseball glove, big thing.
Is that a big deal? Yeah. So what do you do when that? I mean, they have left-handed baseball gloves.
They have left-handed gloves. I just bought left-handed gloves.
They seem like they were hard to find, though, back in the day. My friends who were left-handed had a hard time getting one that they liked.
It did seem that there was like one left-handed glove for every 5 or 6 right-handed gloves at the store. I mean, you did have to kind of look for it. And
well, you're being oppressed, dude. You're being oppressed.
I am.
You're oppressed.
All my life.
So the big question to just wrap this up is:
Sure.
Do you feel like you have been maltreated at all in your life, or been at a disadvantage, or missed out on anything because of your left-handed curse?
Not at all. Not one bit. Yeah.
There's all right.
I could enjoy everything just like a normal person.
You're like a normal boy. So really, there is no. That's what I was trying to think of when this whole thing came up. Is because here's the deal. I've always said, people that don't understand, let's say, oppression or racism, are usually not in a position where they've never had that levied against them. You know what I mean? And I realize this isn't about that serious topic, but the same kind of thing applies. It's like, well, since I'm in the majority and I can always just use stuff because right-handers are often the ones in mind, it got me to thinking, well, at what cost to the left-handers? Like, of course I don't understand how it feels because I'm not left-handed, so I don't have to deal with not finding the right glove or it not being in the store or getting goop on my hand or whatever. I don't know what the goop on the hand is. I guess I made that one up. But the point is this. I don't want my life has been, pretty good. You're this you're a white suburban kid. You got your privilege, you do stuff. Nobody ever called me the N-word and kicked me off a bus. Nobody ever said, "Ooh, you must be smart because you're Asian," or nobody told me any of those things. Nobody said, "Ooh, you're blonde and you have boobs, you must be dumb." I never got any of that. And so I think it behooves me to try to be in a position of empathy,
understanding.
Sure, yeah. And I'm using the left-handed thing as just a way to bring that conversation up. You know what I mean? Because obviously, who cares? Left-handed is kind of a small thing.
It's so trivial when you compare it to handicaps or race issues or being born into a privileged family versus a non-privileged family.
Or how about a subject this week, which is like being born without any sort of mental propensity toward depression or anxiety or any of these things that can be very oppressing for people, and not understanding that and just saying, just rub some dirt in it and walk it off. Like, it's just this position of I don't know, like people getting mad that they are. Well, I'm not racist. Why does everyone else why does everyone assume I'm white because I'm white? I'm racist. Well, it's because you don't know what you don't know what it feels like. Yeah. So just try to have a little empathy, folks. So from now on, when I know Brian enjoys a good crossword, I'm gonna think about him when I'm doing one, going, oh man, just think about how he has to use this thing.
Boy, I always took crossword puzzles for granted, and then I met a left-handed person, and it changed all that.
And he's got to make that gnarled up fist.
That's right.
One last point of correction. Can you confirm or deny this? At Nerdtacular 2014, a mere month and some week ago, was that wig and mustache that you had that day?
Yeah.
Was that an Alex Trebek thing?
It was kind of a cheesy 70s homage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The wig is like this Russian hat that they had for sale down at the place where like all the rides were at Snowbird.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got it there. I didn't know that.
On that platform where you buy tickets to go on the Alpine slide and stuff like that. And I was with Scott Fletcher, who was looking at some mountain bikes. He and Christine were going to go mountain biking.
Yeah, because they're healthy.
And
they're healthy.
They're healthy, exactly. And that same store, for some odd reason, had a box full of Russian hats that they were selling for like $6 or $7. And I said, I'll pick one of these up and I'll wear it to the finals for Rock Pants All Stars.
And then the mustache decision to shave the lower goatee.
That was like an hour made. That decision was made an hour before the All Stars.
Because by the time just yesterday I saw a photo of Alex Trebek and I went, oh my gosh, that looks like Brian. And then I realized, oh, maybe that's what he was trying to do.
Kind of what I was going for, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of the cheesy 70s game show host looking thing.
Oh, you nailed it. You nailed it.
The hat is a little too, a more subtle wig. Fro wig might have been a little bit better. And
I think you look like one of the. You look like a what are they called? The Mongolian army.
Yeah, right, like a Hun.
Yeah, you look like a Hun, dude. You were a full-on Hun in that. Anyway, thank you everybody for indulging my left-handed trickery there, which was really to get us talk about finding common ground with your fellow man and understanding where he's at, him understanding where you're at. Let's call Daryl to understand where he's at. I don't know. I really don't understand where Daryl's at.
I don't understand where he's at either, but
we'll do our best.
Yeah, we'll do what we can.
We do what we can, when we can, how we can. All right, here's his theme. Whoops, here's his theme. Oh, it's Stump a Trek Nerd, and it's brought to you by...
That sneaky snake, Sydney, has struck again. He keeps stealing eggs from the hen house. The animals on Bailey Farm must put their heads together to find a way of keeping the sneaky snake away from Hannah's eggs before Farmer Bailey comes to collect. Written by Bonnie Pelkey, but more importantly with art by the Tadpool's very own Phil Rood, That Sneaky Snake Sydney is a gorgeously illustrated book that is sure to delight anyone who reads it. Not only are you getting an awesome book, but you're also helping support an awesome guy and one of our own. So, head to philrood.com, that's PHILROOD.com, to learn more and buy your copy today.
Yeah, I like it. Daryl Skeels the Third Esquire.
Yes, hello, Daryl. It's Downtown Daryl.
Yes, hello.
Downton Daryl.
Downton Daryl, I like it.
Downton Daryl.
Yeah. Daryl, what are you doing, man? How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
What's my job in the Abbey?
Your job at the Abbey is to...
You are
what does he do?
You are the commissioner, the barrister of Trek Nerdity.
Yeah, there you go. Trek Nerdity. I like it. That's pretty good. Daryl,
I don't even know. What is a barrister?
I don't even know what an Abbey is.
It's a stairway or something, isn't it?
What the hell?
A banister.
No, it's
that's something,
a barrister.
A banister is something you find on stairway.
Yeah, a barrister's like a lawyer or a judge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on.
British
solicitor.
British lawyer.
Who's the solicitor? That's the lawyer, too.
I thought that was a salesman.
No, over there it's not.
We have a sign to keep those guys away.
No, British solicitor. Now I gotta know.
Right.
Solicitor versus barrister.
I think a solicitor is also a lawyer, isn't it?
Oh, here we go. What is the difference between a British solicitor or a British barrister? It says barristers and solicitors are all lawyers, but they are different types of lawyers. One is not better, more experienced, or more senior than the other. They have quite different training and expertise in different kinds of legal work. So it might be like the way we'd say I'm a copyright lawyer or I'm a criminal lawyer.
Okay.
Very, very different schools of thought, right? Let's see. Barristers are self-employed. Solicitors are not. So solicitors might work for the government or for defense, the defense in cases or whatever. And barristers are like, hi, my name is
Public.
Bill Williamson, and you've been in an accident. Call me now, like that guy.
Have you been in an accident?
Did you have damages that weren't covered? Call me at Billingsworth, Fart Knocker, and Cheese Whittle.
Have you been in an accident? Has someone run over you with their lorry? Well...
Oh, that's awesome. But what would the name of the law firm be? It would be like...
Wilkins, Hendrickson... Flansburgh and
Puppingworth.
Hendrickson.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we've broken down the British legal system in ways that no one expected. All right, Daryl, it's good to have you back. He does Trek nerd stuff every day. We do a Trek trivia thing, and today's no different. And today we're doing a clip again. I guess. I think that's how they should go. We should have like 1 or 2 clips per week mixed in with the other stuff.
Sure, I like that.
Daryl's not had a good week. We've only had 3 opportunities, today being the 3rd, and the first 2 he blew horribly. Just terrible. Just like through the fight, really. So today is his chance to redeem himself in the eyes of you and in the eyes of these judges that sit so patiently over here to the side while we do this show. Here's your question, Daryl.
Are those judges barristers?
They're solicitors.
Oh, okay.
What's funny is it sounds like the barristers are the cheesier of the 2 lawyers, and I would have said the other way around. But just the sound of it, they sound, barrister, that sounds fancy, right? But solicitor sounds like Well, it's because over here that means a dude at my door trying to sell me Windex or whatever.
Yeah.
Hate those guys.
Herbalife vendor.
This is from Mike, by the way, who compiles our questions, Iceworm. He says, bow your heads, kneel and worship, because Sunday is Daryl's birthday. Happy birthday, homie. Here's a mashup to celebrate. All right, so there's a mashup of I haven't heard this. I have no idea what this is, but
oh boy,
here it is. I'm nervous. Here we go.
That's the one where what's her name that feels her body. I got another one that had a butthole and bit off one end and sucked it up the butthole. That was your dong. What is this? Green leaves and sticks? Oh, poo. That sounds hard.
It's honky-tonky jazz time on a rainy day.
Horde side. Wasn't this the one where they were all naked or something?
The urine's not all that bad.
And since when did Wesley ever go to the gym?
Wow. That's top shelf, man.
That's very, very good.
Wow.
Way to go, Mike. That's a good birthday present right there. We're not going to talk about how old you're going to be, but are you looking forward to your birthday?
No.
No? I'm trying to remember when I stopped looking forward to them, and I think it was, I want to say it was 32. I think that's the year I went, this isn't so great, and I stopped looking forward to my birthday. And now I don't care about them at all.
You don't get fancy presents anymore.
No. That's a great song, though. You don't get fancy presents anymore. All right, Daryl, here's your question. What episode did this clip come from right here?
This is Shuttle 9 reporting in. Barely.
And the Ferengi pod, Commander?
Trapped. On the other side, sir. Delta Quadrant. We tried to warn them. They wouldn't follow us.
Elaborate.
Captain, this end of the wormhole is currently stable, but the other end apparently shifts positions periodically. The Barzan probe had no way to recognize this. Eventually, both sides will be unstable.
It's a dry well, Captain. Worthless.
Acknowledge, Shuttle. Captain, Damon Goss is demanding to know where his men are.
Advise him to set his coordinates for the Delta Quadrant. He may run into them in 80 years or so.
Jesus, smart ass captain comment there. Yeah, it's too funny. So I like the drone. First of all, I just want to mention how awesome the TNG ship drone sound is. It makes me comfortable. It makes me feel warm and safe. I don't know what's going on there.
Just that hum, that
yeah, I love it, dude. Oh. But more importantly, Daryl, what episode do you think that's from? Here are your choices. New Ground. That's A. A is New Ground. B, Suspicions. C, Homeward. Or D, The Price. New Ground, Suspicions, Homeward, or The Price. All right, I was delaying because I couldn't find my clips. Here you go.
Are you hungry?
Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
We have still a box of things that came from... originally, well, it came via Danish dude, then to American dude. Oh, I lost my paper.
Actually, Canadian dude.
Oh, Canadian dude. Oh, here it is. Just to give proper credit. So it came first from Hendrik Kerskerklof, and then it ended up in Jason Reed's hands. And then he sent it to us. And yesterday we tried a really good candy bar that I freaking loved. I think today we do the dangerous thing, which is not the stick yet. We're not doing that yet.
Okay.
I think we try these pork rind things.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're called Flakus Kevlar, Camel Dawes Flakus Kevlar, Garanti for Calvetet, Kavlalatet. Yeah, I don't know what the hell these are. What do you think these are?
They're packing material, is what they are.
Okay,
these
they're
are
like packing
this is
peanuts?
when Mac Warehouse switched to using
Organic.
organic. Yeah.
We're here to help the environment. All our packing peanuts are made of people.
Here's where you can know. Here's what we shipped your giant Logitech trackball in.
Yeah, you could eat this stuff if you wanted to. It's
And your copy of Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
We are dirty hippies. All right. Ooh, I don't know what I'm smelling. It smells like dog food.
Either.
Like dog food.
It's got very little odor.
Oh, yeah, but if you get a good whiff, it's way like artificially. Like now, your packing peanut thing isn't so far from the truth. Okay, well, let's give it a shot. I don't know
Cleo
what I'm
watching?
eating.
I'm going to lick this for Cleo.
All right. I'm sure she is. All right, I'm just going to eat it. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh, it's really
way
hard.
harder than I was expecting.
Yeah.
Are these, they're like pork rinds.
Yeah, but like
wheat pork rinds. Like made out of wheat.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. Yeah, I don't like this.
That's a little on the, maybe stale or...
I don't know. I feel like that's an intentional stale. I feel like it's a stale we're supposed to... supposed to be grooving on. I don't like it.
Okay.
Ooh.
You think that fresh out of the bag they're going to be that?
I think so.
Hard to chew.
But I don't know.
I think so too.
I think so. I do
They
not
look
like them.
They look light and crispy. Like you could just.
They do.
One chomp and you're all the way through, but they're super hard.
Are the Danish like toothless? They
like
run around.
Break a tooth on that thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. National bird in Danish land. Where is Denmark?
Yeah.
Is they don't call it Danish land, do they? That's too bad. Their national bird is a tooth. I mean, what the hell? These are terrible. These are awful. Don't eat these. These are bad. Throw them out. Okay.
That's where my ancestors are from, and I wouldn't eat it if I were there.
Yeah, totally understand. All right. Well, let's do this thing. Let's do this. What are we doing? We're going to do things. We're going to. Oh no, I know. You're going to tell us who's having a birthday and who's having one.
Well, since we.
Besides the great
Yes,
Daryl Skills.
Beyond Daryl Skills.
Well, that's not till Sunday, but there's also someone having a birthday Sunday, and that would be Harv Bennett.
Harv.
Producer.
All right.
He's 84. He's still around, and he's the producer and writer of Star Trek 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's good. That's a lot of writing, actually. That's quite the. I mean, he was kind of hit and miss with those 1 through 4s, right? Like,
yeah,
he was every other on those, I think. Although I don't know, whatever. 3 was Look,
I think he had less to do with writing on some of them and more producing.
Oh, okay. Well, either way. Well, good. That sounds wonderful. Let's now move back to this question here, which was that clip and which episode did it come from? Newgrounds, Suspicions, Homeward, or The Price? It was Geordi hanging out in space saying, oh, the Ferengis wouldn't come with us, and they got stuck in a time loop, and Picard thinks he's funny.
Well, they got stuck on the other side of the wormhole, and I remember this one really well, but what is the name of it? I was thinking it was one of the last 2, but then it could also be the first one. But then that rules out the second one. This is going to be a bad week. I feel it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm going to pick D.
Pick D? He's my favorite rapper. He was great. Got killed, though. Got shot in Vegas. But, man, pick D was a hell of a guy. All right, well, let's find out if D is right. Is it... Ooh, D is the price. So let's see. Is that right? Oh, Daryl.
Congratulations.
Oh.
You're a winner.
He did it. Look at that.
Wow.
Not bad. You pulled it out.
You didn't play the right... Well, you played the right answer thing, didn't you?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It's not actually wrong?
No, not like yesterday where I screwed that up for a second. Where I held that apple out and then snatched it away. The price. In this episode, the Federation is bidding on the rights to a stable wormhole. They take a shuttle into whatever, along with the Ferengi shuttle. The wormhole isn't stable. Ferengi gets stuck in the Delta Quadrant. These Ferengi show up later in Voyager. That was a cool thing I remember, because they got stuck in that quadrant, and then that's where, Voyager went, and then the Voyager guys ran into them, which is kind of cool. I like that kind of stuff. At least that's less contrived, like those Ferengis were literally stuck there, so you may as well bring them up again. Unlike saying, oh, how did Riker get on the ship? Ugh, I hate when they do that. Or no, it was Riker's brother, right? Wasn't that the deal? Like somehow Riker's brother got out to the Voyager deal? Not William, but Thomas Riker. I think that was the deal. He ended up with Janeway somehow. It's totally stupid. There's that. Daryl, congratulations. You've done well. Tomorrow, we don't do any of this because we're not here tomorrow. So don't be here tomorrow. I'll be here Monday. And we'll try this again. He is the Trek Nerd on Twitter and at This Week in Trek at thisweekintrek.com, as well as the Grumpy Cast. Daryl, let's play a game you'd like to call what?
Is this in the Star Trek or in the Utah?
Okay.
In the Utah.
All right, go.
Fire planes.
Fire planes.
Fire planes. Is that Plains or Planes?
AINS.
Oh.
Fire planes. Scott, are you familiar with the fire planes of Utah?
I've never heard of that, and I feel like this is Daryl trying to get me to think that because we get fires here this time of year that we ought to have a bunch of... Thing is, we don't really have plains in Utah, like those kinds of plains. Like there's no big, grassy flatlands here. So
Gotcha.
I think that's a Star Trek thing that just seems like it should be a Utah thing. So we'll say
I'm
Star
with you.
Trek.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Long pause for drama. It is a area of Vulcan explored on Voyager.
Look at the brain on Brad.
Nicely done.
Well,
Nicely done, Utah man.
Yeah, Utah man. Sometimes he kicks it up.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
Oh, it's the news.
It's brought to you by the Hero Movie Podcast, a weekly podcast focusing exclusively on comic book and superhero movies, brought to you by a film school graduate, an art director, and an amateur comic book historian. Find it at heromoviepodcast.com or simply Hero Movie Podcast wherever you find podcasts.
Lovely. Mike just corrected on Twitter. Q brought Riker to Voyager. It wasn't his brother. It was actually Riker. It was Q because Q got involved somehow. Gotcha. Q. Couldn't Q just get everybody back? Couldn't he have just sent the ship back?
He totally could have.
Jackasses. Right. That's the problem with having Q. If he's omnipotent, could do anything, you kind of ruin everything. So whatever.
Right. It's too powerful. He's OP.
Today's
OP.
Yeah, Q's OP. Q OP.
Q is OP.
Quap. The show today brought to you by Hero Tap, latest from InMotion Software, the makers of I Dig It. Welcome to Tapopolis, the city of blue skies, clean streets, and overrun by nefarious supervillains. Become the superhero Tapopolis needs. Each time you attack supervillain, you gain fame. Use that fame to recruit new allies for your team, upgrade your powers, and gain even more fame. What happens when your nemesis is last defeated? Earn fame even while offline. Oh man, give your enemies the finger of justice. Hero Tap, the finger of justice, available now for free on the iOS App Store. You can follow InMotion Games on Twitter for the latest news and updates. That's Hero Tap.
By the way, people in the chat room are correcting us that Q actually did offer to bring him back, but Janeway said no way because the price was too high.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was gonna have to pay the iron price.
Oh, she was gonna have to die or kill.
I don't know.
Oh, all right. Lose her wiener? I mean, I don't know what the iron price is anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, with inflation and
because Skeecher
cost of living
or what does he call
changes.
himself now? Screech or
Reek? Yes,
that's Screech. Reek has paid. He has paid many prices.
Mr. Belding,
I will pay
let
the
me go
iron
back
price.
to Davos with my sister.
Please. She's
It's not Davos, but
I didn't recognize her and I grabbed her boob. All right. Here, Oxford Dictionary. We were talking about them yesterday.
yes,
The dictionary,
right. With was it presumably?
Presumably, we're correct.
Yes.
Yeah. And they said it's here, but don't use it. Well, they've added a bunch of new names, including hot mess, side boob, and throw shade, or throw shade.
Throw shade.
Oxford editors have welcomed a new batch of words to their database, validating young people. Jeez, who wrote this? And making life less confusing for the old. Let's see. Oxford Dictionary is the arm of the Oxford family, and that focuses on current English. Announced on Wednesday that they've added a batch of new words to its ranks. Put into haiku form, Reflections of Humanity in 2014 could easily look something like this. Are you ready? I'm going to give you some more.
All right.
Here are additional ones. So we got your bro hug, amaze balls,
double
hyper connected hot mess. What the hell? Really? Weird. YOLO FML. Okay.
All right.
Side boob. Gray clickbait. Oh, cray clickbait, meaning crazy clickbait.
Crazy, yeah. Cray, yeah.
So that makes my skin crawl, that one. Second screen. Live tweet. Throw shade. And ICYMI. What the hell is that?
In case you missed it.
Deep web. The part of the World Wide Web that is not discoverable by means of standard search engines. That's interesting. Bro hug. A friendly embrace between two men. Anti-vax. People opposed to vaccination. Adorbs. Oh gosh.
See, this is where we have a problem.
You know, you can't take it seriously, can you?
Yeah,
I can't.
Exactly.
They put douchebaggery in here. Douchebaggery, an obnoxious or contemptible behavior. The act of adding the here, I'll use it in a sentence. Oxford showed real douchebaggery by adding that word to their dictionary.
Don't you? DONCHA, don't you?
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Don't you think your girlfriend's hot like me? Don't you? Is that the one?
At some point, you have to draw the line and say no. Just because it's becoming common, a figure of speech used by a certain age group or a certain demographic doesn't necessarily mean that you have to kowtow and put that word in the dictionary. I think, that's funny because I think you'll see that, because we hear about the words that get added to the Webster's dictionary every year, but it's only like 4 or 5 words, and it's like stuff that's it's been vetted, right? It isn't just like, oh, here's a great term somebody just used, totes on the internet. That's going to go in our dictionary. Oxford just wants to kowtow, and they want to be the popular dictionary. They don't want to be the right dictionary.
I guess. And the funny bit is, like, were they doing this in the 80s when, like, somebody said "gag me with a spoon"? Did we get that in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess that's a phrase, but still, like, I don't think they've always been doing this. And there's always been dumb stuff of the day that everyone says for 5 minutes and then quits. Whatever. So stupid. Here's one that affects us, though. Hot mic. A microphone that is turned on is particularly one that broadcasts spoken remark that was intended to be private. Oh, interesting. All right. It's a hot mic. Finally, let's see. Listicle. An internet article represented in the form of a numbered or bulleted point list.
In other words, BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
See BuzzFeed.com.
Yep.
Or Cracked.
Yeah, or Cracked. Neckbeard is in here. Finally, let's see. I'll skip down. There's a paleo diet. Side boob. The side part of a woman's breast as exposed by a revealing item of clothing. All right.
Okay.
Down with that one.
Mansplain. Explain something to someone, typically a woman, in a manner regarded as condescending or patronizing.
Okay. All right.
So the pistons will go up and down in the engine, and that's what makes the car go.
Yeah. Nice. Well said.
Nice.
Vape. Inhale or exhale a vapor produced by an electronic cigarette or similar device. All right. Great.
I like the spit take is in here. Like, because that's something like, the 1930s, 1940s comedy, like, he totally did a spit take when I told him that.
Guy got his juice all over everything. Yeah, I don't know why that took so long. What are you doing, Oxford? Is it just because the internet's here now and this is just entering words into a database instead of having to print new dictionaries? That's probably it, if you think about it.
Subtweet.
What the hell's
Twitter,
that?
A post that refers to a particular user without directly mentioning them, typically as a form of furtive mockery or criticism. So if I tweet, my co-host is showing some real douchebaggery today.
Yeah.
But I don't say at Scott Johnson or at Morning Stream, then I'm subtweeting you.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's interesting. That's like a passive-aggressive kind of connotation.
Yeah.
So if I say, let's see, a certain... No, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I'm not going there. All right. There's that.
Right.
Hey, look at this. Buddhist monks are in trouble.
Oh, aren't they always?
Well, they're the Buddhist monks.
Those guys just can't stay out of trouble. They can't keep out of the limelight.
Yeah. Briefly, they were the opponents of the Harlem Globetrotters before the Washington Generals took over. But the Buddhist monks cause outrage after accepting cash to bless a businessman's Porsche. This is great. Buddhist monks are under fire for apparently accepting cash to bless his Porsche and part of an upcoming trend in China, or as part of a trend in China, where expensive properties and material items are being made holy by the religious group in exchange for cash. The move has caused widespread anger across the country, with most recent example being when IT boss Tao Hung asked a Buddhist to bless his luxury sports car. He asked monks to bless the car.
This car with 200 horsepower.
And a highly responsive torque engine capable. Yeah.
I want the Enigma music to kick in when I do that too.
Yeah. Except the radio version when the orgasm in the middle of it.
Right. Yes.
Remember that? That was like That was crazy controversial at the time.
Oh yeah.
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 And I always thought, I didn't know that's what it was. I just thought it was somebody breathing too hard. Like, that's just seemed too hard to me.
Probably could have still been.
I guess. I was naive, whatever. I didn't.
You know, those Buddhist monks are all about the sexy sounds.
That's right. It said he asked them to pray over the car and that would drive safely in the vehicle and be lucky, in always reaching its destinations on time and without incident. I feel like that requires you to be on time too, there, buddy. But whatever.
Exactly.
The critics branded the blessings pointless and said that the man wanted to avoid accidents. He should drive slowly and take no count on God to do the job for him. I kind of agree. Like, what are you doing over there?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, for money, and Buddhists. You know, Buddhism, the great untouched pacifists. Man, they're supposed to just sort of be grooving on life and, you know, taking in the Zen and whatever. They're not supposed to be taking sides and taking cash for crap jobs like this.
Well, they need, you know, they do need money to upkeep the monastery.
Yeah, but don't they get that from like? I mean, I don't know how they work it over there.
From donations.
Do they? Or I thought people were just like slaves and went out and farmed it all and built it all.
Well, they do, like, you know, they have wineries and things like that.
Like monks do, you know, like.
Well, isn't that what we're talking about?
Well, sort of. I mean, they're different. They're different kind of monks, like the Benedictine style, you know, bowl haircut, bald spot on the top, brown cloak dudes. I mean, they're real self-sufficient. I think. I don't think they take anything. I don't know. I know nothing of this. Clearly, someone needs to fill us in.
I guess I don't know which monks make booze and which ones farm and which ones.
Which ones let Steve-O come in there and barf into their barf tray thing? I saw this episode of.
What?
Yeah, it was. Was it Wild Boys? Yeah, him and Chris Pontius were doing that Wild Boys show after Jackass. But it was basically just Jackass traveling the world. And they'd go around and do like nature stuff. And they had like a voiceover that would say, "The wild alligator is capable of zubba zubba dee da," and it would be this real science. And then those two would then do something crazy, like have the alligator bite a hot dog out of his butt cheeks or something like that.
Sure.
So it was fun. I enjoyed it. It's on Netflix. And there was a scene where he went to this monk place where it was somewhere in Taiwan or Tibet or I don't know where. And you knelt in front of this giant trough and you drank this weird drink they gave you. And then you just spent like the next 12 hours just yakking into this.
Oh, God.
Into this trough. And you're there with like 20 other dudes all doing it at the same time. And the idea was that it was just like this complete spiritual and physical cleansing of all of you. And sat there and watched Steve-O just yak his guts up for like hours. It was weird. Jeez. It was a weird deal. What was my whole point in bringing that up? I don't know.
Which monks were that have the puke trough?
Yeah, and when where's the line? When do you go, well, that's crazy or not? You know, whatever. I don't know. Someone can tell us. We got to have Buddhist listeners. Hey, who's our first TMS professing Buddhist listener? Send us an email.
Yeah.
themorningstream@gmail.com. Today's show brought to you by HelloFresh.com. Go to HelloFresh.com. Look, I just want to save you some money. That's all I want to do, people. I want you to be able to go there and get this amazing service and get these incredible recipes and food brought right to your door. Make these amazing meals. Yeah, we're trying to help you. This is us helping you.
Help you.
Helping you help yourself. Use the code MorningStream at checkout. That's one word, and get 50% off. That's for first-time customers only, and you can be one of them. Go check them out at HelloFresh.com.
Chairman J. Parnell Thomas of New Jersey opens an inquiry into possible communist penetration of the Hollywood film industry.
Hey, look, it's Celebrity Poop, and it's brought to you by...
Hi, I'm trying to get my family together for a reunion. I haven't seen my sister since she was 10 4 years ago, and my older sister since she started college. I need help to get them all together. Please check out GoFundMe.com/CRN78W. Signed, Southpaws.
Oh, weird. That's a long time not to see your family.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Are they like? Do we know? Like, are they all in different?
No idea.
Parts of the world or different states or?
Oh, it's a good Kirsten.
I'm looking it up right now.
You axed a good Kirsten. Gene Simmons kisses Devilman. Right, that was his play.
Oh, yeah.
His role.
He was the demon. He was the demon.
Okay, the Devilman, Demon Man.
Devilman.
He had his long tongue and his blood and his big shoes and crazy belt buckle. Yeah, that was Gene Simmons. Started out as a school teacher, third grade school teacher, and then off to rock and roll land. He has advice for immigrants. Brian, and this is controversial, what he said.
Okay. Oh, boy.
I'm not sure it's that controversial, but let's get to it. Here it is. Here's the quote. I'm actually saying, here's me doing his voice. Okay, this is me doing Gene Simmons. I'm actually saying the thing that needs to be said because the politically correct climate is BS. You don't want to upset anybody by saying, learn to speak English. So, as an immigrant, I'm telling you, learn to speak English. It is the key that will unlock the keys to the kingdom. That's what he said.
That's not so bad.
It's not. This is kind of, I kind of want, everyone is raking him over the coals, and I'm not exactly sure why. It actually is a big advantage if you know English, as much as it would be for me to migrate to France and learn French.
Right, exactly. Right.
It would be a real huge advantage for me.
If you move to France and learn French, are things going to be easy for you?
Easier than they would if I didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, easier.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Same as how I got it. Look, I want a job in Germany. Guess what would help me in Germany? To know some German. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all he's saying. I don't think that's weird.
Would it help you to rock and roll all night and party every day?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah. Get it right. He would say yes, it would.
Yes, that will unlock the keys to the kingdom.
My hair is a hideous thing.
I really have not used any sort of conditioner since 1973.
I haven't washed it since the spaceman left the band the third time.
By the way, going back to learning language, what I want to do with Wendy while she's in Sweden is have her teach us a Swedish word every week when she comes on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Because she's going to be learning them. She has to learn them, right?
Yeah, but she's got an arsenal already. She could probably... Today, we'll ask her for one today.
Exactly, yeah. Give us a Swedish word, and when that she has to use, I'm sure it's going to be something like phone or bathroom or how much or something like that.
Something like that, sure.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. I'm really curious to see how things have gone in the last week for them, because I know they are madly trying to find a place to move before their 30-day stay is up, because they have to be out in 30 days where they're at now, and then they got to have a place. I don't think they knew how hard it was going to be to get a place in Sweden, obviously. Jason Momoa, he's the new Aquaman. It's been confirmed. So don't stress that you thought he was going to be somebody else. He's literally Aquaman. Somebody thought he was going to be who's like the Thanos equivalent in DC?
Darkseid.
Darkseid. Everybody thought he was going to be Darkseid for no good reason. He will be Aquaman. So it's confirmed. Okay, happened in June. People forgot about it. It was sort of semi-confirmed then. The words come now that this is the real deal. So Jason Momoa, aka Khal Drago from the Game of Thrones, and your Ronan from your Stargate Atlantis. That's who's going to be Aquaman. And I think it's a good pick, actually. I think that's good.
Yeah.
Courtney Stodden back with Papa Bear.
Really?
Yeah. Her mom, Keller is her name, said her daughter had time to, quote, experience other men, unquote, during their break, and now, quote, wants to be with her original choice, her husband.
How many men did she experience during this time?
What the heck, dude? And have your mom talking like that?
Yeah, no kidding.
That maybe tells you something.
Ew, yeah.
That probably tells you a little something.
Well, my 17-year-old daughter went and experienced a bunch of men, but now she's back with her 55-year-old husband.
Now, how old is she now? Because she looks 38.
She's probably 19 or 20. No, she's 21, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a big hullabaloo when she turned 21?
Was there? I don't remember what happened there. I know she's not 16 anymore, that's for sure. But she looks 38 or older. She looks terrible. But good luck to her.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck to all you need to do and have. And
good luck to those men that experienced her.
Yeah. Yeah. Won't someone think of the real victims in this?
Right.
Right. Hey, Tweaked Audio is sponsoring the show as well today. 5 great styles, 7 great colors, all designed to sound great with music and talk, with their noise reduction, durability engineering, and lifetime warranty. Check them out at tweakedaudio.com. Use the code STREAM at checkout. 33% off your next pair of earbuds at tweakedaudio.com. We are going to take a break. When we come back, Wendy will be here to talk about the problems of our day. Before all that, though, Brian's got music.
I do. So let's see here. This one's going out to Logan. Logan emailed in, said, I sent a request to the show's email a couple weeks back for a request, but I figured it was lost among the spam. Yeah, we get so much request email, and then with this got
to use this new link, man.
The new link thing, and that's what he did. He posted in the link thing. So a lot of these things, I apologize if your request doesn't get played right away. There's a lot of requests to get through.
Yep.
So he says, I sent a request to the show's email a couple weeks back. On July 15th, my wife, Samantha Sams Agoob, and I welcomed into the world our first baby, Alexander Reed Vogelty. August 15th will mark the first month he has been in the world.
Alexander Vogelty.
Yes.
That's a great name, dude.
Or Vogelty.
Either way, that's like an author. The latest book, the latest bestseller from Alexander Vogelty or whatever.
Right.
That's
totally
great. Anyway.
He says, I would like to request a cover of Build Me Up Buttercup. I trust Brian will not disappoint in his selection. Even though I keep listening for you to play the request, we still love the show, though. Signed, Prenge.
Nice. Fan-freaking-tastic.
So happy first birthday to Alex, and let's get to this. It is a cover of Build Me Up Buttercup, originally by the Foundations, covered here by a group called Mean Mr. Mustard from their 2008 album All These Years, and this definitely interjects a little something new into the song. So, Build Me Up Buttercup.
All right, we'll play it now. We'll be back in a minute with Wendy. Stay tuned.
Kodak introduces the extraordinary Kodamatic trim print instant color film. Unlike the ordinary instant print, the extraordinary trim print lets you lift off the image to capture the color just the way you like it. And now look how slim I am. I slip easily into places the ordinary bulky instant doesn't fit. So you can keep me in style here in your album with your regular pictures. You can trim me. Watch it. And I'm so thin you can put me where you couldn't put an ordinary instant picture. You can show me off. You can do all kinds of things with me that you can't do with an ordinary instant picture. Here I am, with the new Kodamatic Trim Print Instant Color Film.
Anyone can do extraordinary things. But he didn't tell you Trim Print is only for Kodamatic instant cameras.
You didn't tell him it's only from Kodak.
What?
You didn't tell him it was only from Kodak.
Extraordinary.
Thank you. Trim Print, the extraordinary new instant color film from Kodak.
Mr. Paris, I'm relieving you. Now.
The Morning Stream. A little dabble, do ya?
That was weird.
That commercial?
Yeah.
Who was that voice? That sounded so familiar.
I don't know. I thought the same exact thing. I cannot place that guy though. He's yeah, I'd have to send you the commercial, but he did not look. He looked familiar and sounded familiar, but I could not place him. Probably every episode of Knight Rider, he was probably in it.
Right.
Well, let's see then. What do we got here? We got Wendy, and I didn't. It just occurs to me I didn't ask her which phone to call. Last week it was her husband's phone, so we'll try her phone. And oh, it says on, so let's just see. And I'll check my email, make sure she didn't say anything. Checking. No. Okay. Good. Guess we're all right. Let's give this a shot. Oh, her new avatar is cute. It's her and Abraham up on some hill in the Swedish hoo-ha somewhere. That's lovely.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Earth calling weird pale white everybody Sweden. Hello.
Ground control to Major Wendy.
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, good. How's it going?
Good.
What time is it there? What time is it in the Yodeling Valley?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. All right. Well, it's not so bad. I like your new Skype photo with you and Abe there. It's cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nicely done. Did you do that, or did your husband do that? Hello?
I did it.
Oh. I think you must be lagging or something. Are you? What sort of connection are you on today?
So I'm just trying the old cell phone with Skype to see if it works.
Ah, gotcha. Well, it seems to be working. I mean, you sound okay, but I think it's like I'm not
a little bit of lag. You sound
Yeah.
Audio quality is really good.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys sound like you're in the same room. Is that true?
That's weird. No, we're not there.
Yeah, we're together.
We're here though. No, we're definitely not together. Well, we're in the same time zone. I guess that's something.
Pretty good.
Well, good. Well, we'll give this a shot. See how it goes. Hopefully, Skype holds its own over the weird connection you have over there. Are you guys? So you haven't moved yet, though. You're still in wherever you're at.
Yes.
Okay. And that goes for a while yet, like another couple of weeks or something.
I don't know. Do you want me to cry for everyone?
No. I know that there's. I know it's a pain. Like there must be. This must not be easy because I guess you guys are still. Like, how did the lake house thing work?
Oh, you mean the farmhouse?
Farmhouse.
We're still waiting. The family. I hope they don't listen to this show, and
doubt
they'll know
it.
how desperate we are.
Yeah.
But they are actually in Singapore and making a decision this week, so we could move in right away, which would be great. But if they don't choose us, well, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Does
We
it
have
come?
a couple other options.
Does it come down to them going? Do we like Americans or do we like our homeland people? Is that what this will burn down to?
A lot of I think people who speak very good English have no problem. They are enjoying meeting us, and they're so nice. And
Oh, crap.
Oh, no.
You there?
Oh no.
Damn it. Oh, and it lost her. Ah, frack. I thought they had great connectivity, and I thought that was the deal in Sweden. Wasn't that the deal? They were supposed to be all like super connected all the time.
Yes.
Maybe the elite rich. That's it. All right, let's try to add her again. That was really weird. Because for a minute there, we were sitting pretty.
Sounding great. Yeah.
Give it another shot. No. Dang it. I know they don't have any kind of like regular like Wi-Fi internet service yet. Okay, let's see if that worked. Dang it. It's a really good call today, too, or email today. I hate being beholden to the gods of Skype.
I know.
How much more will you have me sacrifice?
Got us by the short and curlies, Skype does.
Lord Skype. What blood will you extract from us this day? All right. Oh, I'm getting nothing here. That could be a bad sign.
No.
It could be a bad sign, man. She says, use your Skype. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why is she telling us that?
She sent me an email. That may have been before, though. Well, that was 6 minutes ago. So she's... I'll bet they were listening. That's what was going on there. Oh, my gosh. You know what's funny?
What?
I'm getting a lot of emails from organizations asking Wendy and I to speak at like their like psychology conferences and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from I guess the therapy show has been, resonating with some or something.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hello, are you there?
Hello. I think I figured it out.
Oh, good.
I forgot to take it off Wi-Fi, and that makes a big difference. So.
Oh yeah, because you're probably fighting with some Wi-Fi connection that sucks or something.
Totally. Yes.
Oh yeah, now you sound clear as a bell. That's good.
Sorry about that.
Anyway, no, it's all right. So the English speakers are better. You're better off with the English speakers, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they tend to be have watched American TV their whole lives, or kind of are interested in speaking English. Like I called a guy today, and he was like, "Yeah, come next week."
Really?
AKA, don't call me back.
Yeah. Yeah. And are those conversations like weird to start up? Like when you call a place and you kind of have to, you put in the 300 digits or whatever the weird numbers are there, and you say, "Hi, we're just looking for whatever." And is it just like, we don't speak English, is that how it all ends up?
Kind of.
Oh gosh.
But not that. Racist.
And then the ones that know English, they're like, "Hey, Bart Simpson, eat my shorts!" Woo!
Yeah, because they're suddenly Indian.
I know, but I have these stereotypes that I think are true of these lands. But anyway, well, okay. Well, let's hope it keeps going well, and I'm glad we got Mom on Skype so you could talk to her because she's been jonesing for Wendy time.
Yeah, I figured that was true.
So that worked out. Well, good. Well, here we are. Let's do this thing.
Before we do the email, should we ask her for a Swedish word now?
Oh yeah. We wanted to. Okay, so Brian had this great idea. Brian, you explain. What do you want to do?
So you're out there and you're learning the language, you're absorbing the culture, and obviously experiencing, and you're finding the Swedish people who know English. But I imagine that as you're going through life there, you are learning kind of those important Swedish words that you need to be able to get around, like bathroom and newspaper and
whatever.
And no and yes and all that.
Yeah.
So we thought it'd be fun, like every week when you come on the show, to do the therapy part. Before that, you could teach us a Swedish word.
Yeah, teach us a word, and it's meeting.
We can use it in our own daily life.
Yeah, I like it.
See, I didn't tell you the word last time, but I have because my brain cramped up. But I am ready. I actually have some really good ones because, of course, I'm a 9-year-old boy. And so I have noted.
You've learned the dirty words.
Great.
Not the dirty words yet. I will, but I can't find anyone to ask.
Right. That's a much more familiar kind of conversation you got to have with somebody. Sure.
I don't want to scare them. But I do know, just from observing a couple things, there are some really funny. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll give you one this week. So it's fart hinder.
Fart hinder. Fart hinder.
Yeah.
Got it.
Fart hinder.
Fart hinder.
And we'll.
Whoa. Skype was a big fan of that one.
Yeah, Skype liked that one a lot. Sorry, go ahead. What does it mean?
Fart hinder is a speed bump.
Speed bump.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, this is
fart,
this one you were telling me about.
Means like speed. The other words were hilarious. They were like force, thrust, like hilarious, like powerful explosion apparently. So fart I think comes from Sweden, but anyway.
Wow, weird.
It means speed. So like a lot of exits will say ut fart, which means like come in here and leave. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. But my favorite is fart hinder, and the actual like icon for the speed bump is so weird looking. So there's just a sign that says fart hinder with like a weird line with boobs on it. It's pretty funny.
Wow. All right. So we've learned one, Brian. Fart hinder, speed bump.
I'm going to use that anytime I actually see a speed bump here in the States. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say,
Do it.
fart hinder.
Do it.
If I go to a Mexican
and
restaurant,
next
I like to take a bottle of fart hinder with me just in case. It's Division of
Beano
Beano.
is the other name for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week's word is just going to knock your socks off. So I am ready for this challenge.
Okay. All right. Next week.
Cool.
Fart hinder. It'll probably have a bunch of umlauts and dots over it and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's just spelled normal, actually.
All right. Fine.
I'll let you know when that happens.
All right. Let us know. Well, here's your question for the week. And I just realized this isn't like I don't know how the internet or connectivity works over there. Having you on like a data connection for this call, is that just like murdering you on like some charge or something? I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, probably.
Is it really? That'd be bad.
I had to figure that out. At this call particular, yeah.
Is it really?
But the future ones I'll figure out. So it's just data, and it's their plans here are all sorts of different, and I haven't figured out what I'm doing like the minute per minute one. So.
Oh my gosh,
no
really?
dilly-dally, get to the question.
All right, here it is. Jeez. All right.
Keeping her from getting a house.
Yeah, let's tear this up. Okay. Jason in Boston sent this one in. He says, "Hi, Scott and Wendy. Not sure how this is applicable, but I'm emailing both." I don't know what that means. Anyway, I have known I've been child-free and don't want children ever all my life. He's pretty forceful about this at the very top of the email. I'm in my early 30s and I took birth control into my own hands and got a no-scalpel snip a couple of years ago. How do you do that? I guess laparoscopic or something.
Lasers.
No, it's the way. It's fine. It's like,
okay.
He's saying it like it's a big deal. No.
It's not really? Okay.
You get it done.
All right. It's not. Okay. I got out of a very long relationship a year ago and getting back into dating. Typically, I date 25 to 35-ish age-old women. My online profile says I don't want kids, and I try to bring it up on the very first or second date to give women an easy out. If it progresses, then a few weeks in, I have the "I'm sterile by choice" talk, and the look of devastation on the woman's face kills me. They thought it was a phase or not serious. We have to break up immediately, and I feel horrible because of how much I broke the woman's heart. My question is this: I should be upset because women don't believe, it says I should be upset because women don't believe me when I say I'm child-free. It seems they only believe me when I tell them I had a vasectomy. I am very upset because of how much pain I cause them and that it causes me to not want to meet anyone for a while. Is this typical of people who have absolute deal breakers? I should feel mad for them not believing my word, but instead I am empathetic to their feelings and sort of wish I wasn't so I could get back there to meet new women. Thanks, guys. Jason in Boston. It was written a little weird, but anyway, so dude does not want kids, like straight up. And he's, dating, and he wants to find somebody who is all into that too, and he's having a hard time. So where do you go? What do you do?
Well, and of course, if I had Jason on the couch, I would be like, Jason, why do you hate children? And it may not be that, it may be totally nothing. Like, yeah, I just not interested. But there also may be something else. Anyway, so that's where I would start with him, but that's here nor there.
Yeah.
So when what?
Sorry, it's your connection keeps. I wish you could hear it. I'll send you a clip later of how that sounded for a second. It doesn't do it all the time.
Each word you say it takes about 5 or 6 seconds. Can you play sausages?
Yeah,
before it's kind of like the one was saying.
Yeah, I gotta see if I can find it. It sounds like this, just real quick here. Now I feel like everything's like, okay, here it is. It's like this right here. Wait, now I don't have it here.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. It's stretching out every word you say.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So it's long.
Yeah,
right.
like you're going.
That was me.
Hello, like that. Anyway, continue on.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, not your fault.
I'll talk really fast so it works out.
There we go. Perfect.
Okay. So anyway, I think he should do an experiment. I think he should write that he's been snipped on his social profile, on his dating, whatever.
Yeah.
Write that down from the get-go and then see how many dates he doesn't get or gets. Because if all of these women are devastated after having read that he doesn't want children, is it really that they just didn't believe him, or they think someone says that and they don't mean it? What's their experience? I don't know. But it sounds like they don't really believe it until he says, he's been snipped. Well, just say that from day one. Say I've been snipped.
Right.
And then just see, even just do it for a couple months and just see if the interactions vary, if women just don't even respond because all those women in that age group want children. Because maybe you got to winnow down to the ones who just don't want kids.
Yeah, it certainly could be they're seeing that comment on his profile and saying, okay, well, he's just saying he doesn't want kids right now, but he'll probably want them in 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how often that actually happens with people who have these stances and people don't take them seriously. Like they think that it's a phase, or he's young and doesn't understand, or whatever. That's probably more common than not, right? Because you do change sometimes, you know. But if you tell people you're snipped, like there is a permanent disconnection to the plumbing that allows me to produce children, maybe you're in better hands that way. Or at least people will understand where you're at.
Yeah. Well, and he needs to also figure out, is he attracted to women? There's sort of like a type he has, which are like that type you just described. Like, yeah, okay, I don't really want kids right now either. And now, later I want them. So what is he doing exactly? Like, I'd like him to like plot out his dating trajectory, a typical one with somebody. So he meets them, is it date 5 he says I'm snipped, or is he waiting till they're in a relationship? That wasn't quite clear to me when he sort of brings it up, but he sounds heartbroken every time. Like it's really difficult for him to then tell them, hey, no, really, I'm not having kids. And then he loses these relationships. So if he starts with women who know he's snipped and, what happens there? Is there a cycle in his relationships and he's thinking it's really about this? It may not be, honestly. That's why he needs to take out the variable, right?
Yeah.
Say it on your profile. I have been snipped. Put a link to how the procedure works. No, I'm just kidding.
Here's a picture.
Here's a picture, and then no comments about how it is reversible, because then that'll get someone's hopes up. But just
is it reversible?
Sort of
His thing is reversible. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
So doctors really don't want you to reverse it. It is not pleasant, or sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah, and it's super expensive.
But in theory, very expensive. But in theory, it is possible.
Would it be?
And there's a chance.
Right.
Would it be in bad taste, or is there a way he could word it where one, if he does go on another date and a woman seems surprised when he does say that he never wants kids and that he's been snipped, is there a way he could ask her, just so I know what I should be putting in my profile, what could I have said differently in my profile that would have made you understand that from the get-go?
Oh, I love it. It's like a comment card at a restaurant.
It really is. Like, how could we have done this better?
That's great.
Yes.
How was the service? Yeah.
Yeah. Or even one of those women he's already had, who is now in the friend zone, maybe he has some contact with, he could ask someone he's already had this experience with and just say, what did I do? Did it seem misleading? Was it about her that she was just hopeful or whatever? But I have kind of a weird theory here. And Jason, I don't know, just go with this for a little bit. Are you just not attracted to girls who really don't want children? Because I go online dating and I'm looking and it says, I don't want children and I don't want children. Well, then I'm going to go out with that guy. But are you responding to those women who really are in your same camp?
Yeah.
Or are you responding to the ones that are actually a little more baby hungry, or, and this is pretty unconscious. He's probably like, well, no, of course I'm not doing that on purpose. But it makes me wonder if this continues to happen. That's why it's really important for people to look at patterns and say, okay, what keeps happening? What is it? The same type of girl? Is it the same ending? Is it, and you are the common denominator, obviously. So, what are you doing, or how are you handling this? And then take one variable and change it, or maybe two. So take the one, post, I've been snipped, and see what happens to your dating, responses.
Yeah.
Another is to ask for feedback from somebody. Like Brian was saying, that's a really great idea. And find someone that is going to be honest, and that you're obviously not going to crush her again by bringing it up again.
Hey, remember that time when I broke your heart at the Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, you fled on
just
foot.
Review that.
Yeah.
Just checking about what I did wrong.
And it seems like if they're able to see his his child preferences on his profile. It seems like before he even makes the date with them, he should be able to see on their profile how they answered the same question.
Right.
You
And
know,
there's a lot of chit chat, right, that goes on before you
I
actually even
would
see
think
each
so.
other.
Yeah.
So you could say, hey, guess what? I'm totally not kidding about the child-free thing in the chit chat, and maybe just experiment. Like, you know, he wrote that as if he's a victim of all these women not believing his post. You know, and it's hurting me, and it's maybe that's not a nice word, but he is clearly has some role to play in this, and it might be just the front end that he waits too long to sort of reveal that. You know, so his conviction, I guess.
Yeah.
But isn't this kind of with any, like he said, is this like everyone with a deal breaker? And the answer is, yeah, a deal breaker breaks a lot of deals.
Yeah,
right?
that's why there's a term deal breaker.
That's the name. Yeah, but if you're really clear about what you want and this is how it's going to roll, then I mean, I think you're going to have a different outcome. But he needs to pay a little more attention to how he's approaching this and who are the girls he's responding to, and switch up some variables.
Yeah. Well, I think that sounds like good advice. I don't know. This is a hard thing, and keep in mind this too. Let's say you get in that relationship, and let's say she changes the way you look at things. Let's say she also didn't want kids, but let's say because you're together now, and 6 years down the road, you're like, man, maybe I do want to do this, but I don't want to reverse the hoo-ha, and she doesn't want to reverse her. Maybe she had her uterus taken out and hung on the wall, or who knows what. Like maybe all that's going on.
As you do.
So yeah, like you do.
Yeah,
so maybe
that's the way it's done.
Maybe at that point you go, well, maybe we could adopt. I mean, there are other options. It's not like you're locked in forever as dude what never has kids. But if it works out that you do never have them, and you find the person who doesn't want to have them either, well then great, you found what you want to find. I guess I'm just saying it's never black and white with these things. You can always have opportunities that change down the road. Because I'll bet you part of this is just an innate feeling that no matter how much he digs his heels in, I think anybody who makes a decision like this at least thinks about, will I one day regret having this done? Or will I one day wish I did have a kid? Or will I be 50 and go, oh shoot, I wish I had a boy in high school playing football or something? Or, these kinds of things go through your head, whether they're warranted or ever come to fruition or not. It's still part of your decision. So don't feel like it's just a done deal and that there are no women left who won't work out, and don't feel like you can't, that your life isn't more fluid than that and you can't make other decisions down the road.
Right. And there are women who don't want children. There is another thing he could do here is date women over 40. Because they sort of come to a place of either, for medical reasons or, just sort of moving past that in their minds. They have maybe a different attitude about some things. I have clients in their early 40s, never been married, who have married, sort of divorced with 2 kids kind of people, or, guys that never wanted kids. And it's because they've just sort of moved past, even though in their 30s, they would have absolutely had children.
Right.
But in their 40s, they're like, think we're good with not doing that. So, there's more fish in the sea. But did he say how old he is?
He didn't.
He just said,
oh no, he did. He said he's 30. Hold on, I gotta pull that up again. He's in his early 30s. He said,
and he says
30s,
typically I date 25 to 35-ish age women. He says,
right, and that is birthing years. Those are the women who, if the biological clock is ticking, they're the ones hearing it. So I mean, his dating pool is going to be difficult that way. But I think it's also just being very clear. And then really, I want to know why he doesn't want kids.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, trust me, there's many days where I wish I didn't have any.
Don't try to change him, Wendy.
No, I don't want to. I just want to know why. Yeah. And if it's something like the world has too many people and children are, the spawn of Satan, whatever, like it just would be interesting to know what he thinks about it. Or was it his own childhood? Was it his own? Because that's really where it would be fun to dig, which is your relationship woes actually about this topic? Mm-hmm. Or is it something else? And is the indication that something else is there? I know I might be fishing, but if I don't want kids, it's because my parents were awful.
Yeah.
And I would never bring a child into the world because I wouldn't trust myself. Look at me just going at this, Jason.
Well, the thing is that I see that I think that's a reasonable question. It's the first thing I thought of is, whoa, why the abrupt don't talk to me about having kids sort of stance. It could be something as simple as who would want to raise a kid in this world kind of attitude, or whatever, or it could be something more complicated. But there's got to be something there that could be part of this,
right?
Yeah.
And that to me, if this is actually, it's sort of a smokescreen for maybe what's really going wrong in relationships, that would be important to know.
Yeah.
Like, is it really that she's like, no, I really want kids?
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, no. Is that just you're out in a certain type of, I don't know. It depends.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I would love to know, so why did this last relationship end after that long? Was it because she said, oh, after a year of being with you and knowing that you don't want kids, I now want kids and now it's over? Or was it something else? So, it's really more about his relationships and his, sort of what's impacting them. And is this maybe not the real reason?
Right. Fair enough.
Just a thought.
All right. Jason, let us know back, man. If you want to follow up, we'd be happy to do that. We'll let Wendy go now because who knows how the hell much she's paying for this call.
Yeah, 3 million krona.
Yeah, I'll have to do a Kickstarter just to cover it. Is that what their money is? Krona?
Krona.
I thought they did the EU
Cronuts.
thing. They're not doing euros? They're not part of that deal?
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the Scandinavians don't need the rest of Europe. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, but like Germany does, right? Germany's all into the euros now.
Yeah. Well, there would be no EU without Germany. They're like the dad of the EU.
Yeah.
Like, pay your bills, Dad.
They're like the dad with the shady history, though.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what happened to Dad in the 40s? What the hell was going on with him? That was bad. he was kind of a dick then.
Exactly. No, they're in the EU, but they just didn't take their currency. So I have to do this awesome math every minute. I'm like, okay, 6.5 divided by whatever that was.
Ugh.
Just so I get a sense of how much something costs, and then we realize we just spent $40 at McDonald's. Oh, someone kill me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but I bet the McDonald's is really good over there. It's got to be great.
Oh, and clean.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some awesome pictures if I can freaking learn how to make them go places.
Well, good luck with that, and we'll also watch out. Slow down for those fart hinders. Yeah, watch out for that, and let's do this again next week. Yeah,
they're naughty words in English, but totally normal words in Swedish.
Oh, that's awesome! Great. That's awesome. That's exactly what we're looking for. It's Wendy Dunford, everybody. Stay safe, have fun, and may your house finding efforts be fruitful.
Yes, okay.
Or something to that effect. Bye now. Ciao. Oh, she says ciao. Ciao is a great word to say while you're over there. Seems to be settling in just fine. My sister is an adventurous soul, and while these would be insurmountable challenges for some, she seems to thrive on such things, so they'll be fine. I'm not worried about them. She's like, you know what she's like? It's like being related to... Oh, what's it like? Like, you got to figure Steve-O's got a brother or a sister who just kind of is kind of quiet and keeps to themselves. That's kind of me compared to Wendy. Wendy's the Steve-O. She's kind of the jackass of the family in some ways.
Yeah.
Willing to bungee jump off high places.
Crazy.
There you go. Thanks, Jason in Boston. Get us some feedback, man. I'd like to hear more. We do have a couple emails, and we're going to do them now, and they're brought to you by...
The St. Louis arch rivals are heading to Dallas, Texas to take part in the Gay Softball World Series, or the GSWS, from September 22nd through 28th. I just made up that acronym.
Nice.
And we're looking to raise money to help offset the cost of new jerseys. Please visit GoFundMe.com/Dallas or bust. Donations of $50 or more will get you an official St. Louis Arch Rivals t-shirt. Do it today.
Lovely. We got an email from Walter, who said this. Brian, it's directed towards you. You ready for this?
All right.
Fine. Here we go. Brian, I would have your... Sorry, my screen just went weird. There we go.
Oh.
I would have words with thee, he says.
Oh, okay.
Did you actually confuse Chris Hemsworth with Sam Worthington?
Yes.
One is enormously talented with crazy good screen presence, and the other is Sam Worthington. Mr. Worthington, in every role I've seen, is vacant, uninteresting, and performs some type of anti-acting. He's terrible. However, I saw Sabotage, and it's the first time he was even a little bit interesting on screen. He actually played a character and wasn't half bad. Chris Hemsworth has been awesome in everything. I will spit my defiance at you with my last breath, says Walter.
Okay, Walter. I can't argue with you. I between the two, I prefer Chris Hemsworth as well. Of course, I'm a big Thor fan.
Sure.
But I have not seen Rush, and I knew it was one of the two of them, and they're both good-looking Australian dudes. So come on, give me a little bit of a
And that's the truth is you could almost pick any movie being made today, and if there's a dude in it, he's probably Australian, and he's
a good-looking lead dude. He's probably Australian.
Yeah. What are they doing down there? I don't know what they've got.
What's in the water?
Big time.
Well, the women too.
Yeah. Well, the women are in the water? Oh, I get it. The women are hot.
Yes.
I see.
The women are in the water.
Yeah, the women in the water. That's making all these good actors come out of that place. Yeah, I don't know. Australia just constantly cranking it out and making everyone else look bad. I don't know what's happening down there. Yeah, I agree that Sam Worthington is pretty wooden and kind of hard to look at. He is, by the way, or however, it looks like he feels the same way. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. So if that's any consolation, I don't think Sam Worthington's into it.
He has no IMDb presence either.
No, he's just
screen presence.
Every photo in there is like, what am I doing? I don't want to be here. I'd rather be home or something. So there you go. Thank you all for joining us today for this fine episode of the show. Is Cleo around? Do we know? I don't know.
She is not. However, she has bequeathed upon me the ability to award points for the 3 items that deserve them.
Oh, well, imagine Brian is Cleo.
I'm taking on the Cleo mantle here. All right. Item number 1, points number 1. Yeah. When Scott read the story about the dolphin with 2 heads, ironic name said, Polycephaly, I dated her in high school.
Nice.
Item number 2, when we talked about finding a swastika made out of condiments on fast food sandwiches, another J. Martin said, Butter Swastika is my Dead Milkmen death metal cover band.
Nice.
Good.
Well done.
And in reply to that, Fizzle Fuse announced, I did not see that I did not see that coming.
Wow.
Did not see that coming.
Did not see that coming.
Not see that
Nazi.
coming.
Got it. Good. Well, there you go. Those are awesome.
Well done, Cleo. Thank you.
Where's she at? She's an appointment or something?
She says, and now I will go yell at someone about not having the Wi-Fi connected 2 days before school begins.
Gotcha. Ooh, school coming up, man. Kids go back in, what, a week? For here?
It's a week. It's this coming Tuesday for Tristan.
Oh, my gosh. Next Tuesday?
Goodness. Yeah.
Is he happy? Is he sad?
He actually is looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And this great summer of lifeguarding and that experience, and he's going to try and leverage that into a lifeguarding job at the local indoor pool.
That's great.
We're hoping to get him over there.
That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's got some great experience. He saved a life, a couple lives last week. There was a lady with a baby in the lazy river, which is 3 feet deep, mind you.
Yeah.
3 feet deep, people.
Yeah.
She had the baby on her lap in the tubes. She's riding on the tube, and something happens, and she topples over. Now, the baby is wearing a life jacket.
Okay.
But the woman is floundering around like she cannot get up, and she's putting her hand on the baby to help pull her up and pushing the baby into the water.
Pulling the baby down like a little bobber. Wow.
Right, like exactly, like using the baby and the baby with the life jacket as support. So Tristan blows his whistle loud twice, hops in the water, grabs the baby.
Yeah.
And then I guess basically just tells the woman, try standing up.
Yeah. Put your legs down. Really? This really happened?
This really happened.
Are you sure you're not the Huffington Post and this isn't a story about Florida? Good gosh.
Right, I know, exactly.
That's horrifying. Well, good for him, though.
Yes.
Baby first, too. That's good.
The baby must have been named Bob. See, that would have been, if it was a Huffington Post article, then that's what the first article.
That's how they would have started it, yep.
Yes.
And then they would have used that word at the end. What was the word they got wrong? Whatever it was. I don't remember now.
Presumably.
Yeah, presumably the baby was a flotation device.
Right.
That's going to do it for us, everybody. Thank you for being here. Our live show tonight, 5:30 p.m. Be here for a TMS PM if you so desire. Keep your eyes on the Blizzard site for an hour from now, or should see something special come out of that live premiere of their deal there. Let's see what else. I'll give you some links and things here. How about that? frogpants.com/TMS. Our Patreon is at patreon.com/TMS as well. themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. If you want to send requests into the show, you can do that. Music requests, you send that to tiny.cc/TMS requests. And, yeah, What else? Twitter, Morning Stream, Scott Johnson in Coverville. That's it. Let's go. Let's get. You got some music? What's going on? What's happening?
Yes. Derek Hutchinson wrote in and said, "Hey, could you play me a Led Zeppelin cover for the 14th?" And I said, "I certainly can."
Wow.
Short, sweet, to the point. Not even a go the Joe Fro or anything like that.
None of that.
So I picked one real quick. Well, not real quick. This is a great one. This is Escala featuring Slash from the 2009 Escala album, and a fantastic guitar-heavy, beautiful rockin' cover of Kashmir.
Ooh,
Enjoy.
I like Kashmir. We'll be back tonight and then Monday. Thanks everybody for being here. Have a great weekend. Set yourselves on fire. Goodbye.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
End times.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
I know, it always bears bringing out.
End
times.
That's so good.
I don't know what he's been up to lately. I should check it out.
Check his feed.
You know, he's got talent. Man, this Ferguson mess in Missouri, dude.
Oh, I know.
What the heck is going on? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're talking about like it's on a different continent.
Mm-hmm.
They're just arresting reporters for
tear gassing,
hanging out. Like,
yeah, is this Beirut in the 80s?
Yeah, it's really odd.
Yeah.
Like, I'm reading this article on the Post. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Washington Post. And it's just this reporter talking about what he's seeing. And it's just, if these reports are correct, what the hell are we doing? We ought to probably, well, I don't know, man. Everybody says every state should run its own affairs, but at some point you're acting like you're some weird, shitty third world country over there. What are you doing in a place called Ferguson?
Right. Right.
Ferguson. Could there be a more dumb name for a town that's having like the worst civil rights riot in the history of the country since the Watts or whenever the last one was? Ugh. Anyway, I don't know what's happening. Makes me want to run for the hills. All right. Should we do this again tonight?
Let's do it again in a few hours. I'd say, I don't know, maybe 7.5 hours from now.
Yeah, if you're down with that, I'll be here. I got that. And we get the film sack this weekend. You can be on Current Geek. There's a lot of Brian Ibbett and Scott this week.
That's right.
More than usual, I would say. Current Geek should be fun, though. I'm looking forward to that. It's you and Jocelyn, by the way. That's our other guest.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah,
awesome.
She's rad.
I need to prepare my prediction. See if I've got anything that I want to throw in the prediction section.
Yeah, if you got
a
a good forecast idea, we are takers to that concept. You should get an email from Tom shortly, so you guys will be all set.
And I wonder what Iceworm's going to do for my trivia questions.
Oh,
how will I embarrass myself this time?
I'm pretty sure the topic is good. I can't remember last time how you did. Didn't you win or something last time? I think
no, last time it was Spice Girls, and I would have predicted that I would have done better on Spice Girls trivia than
that one surprised me. Maybe it's just Mike in his ingenious ways. I don't know.
He had some great questions in there that I just could not pull out of the recesses of my memory. So
yeah, too crazy. Well, have fun today.
Thank you, sir.
May we both wear. Brian's wearing Free Play. I'm wearing the Secret Identity shirt.
Oh, look at you. How funny.
May the rest of us all wear clothing that has to do with Brian's Coverville Records. Bye, everybody. Gabba, gabba, gabba.